This conference will now be recorded.
Yes, good morning everybody. Last class we have dealt with Kala Sharira and we have seen Sapta Kalas. After seeing the Kala Sharira, where you have come across that Dhatvashaya Antara Maryadaha Kala Kalvavapi, that is what Dhatu and Ashaya, where the word Dhatu and Ashaya, this already we have seen there. In the last class also I was dealing with Koshna and Ashaya and there was a slight disturbance. So I am repeating the last class once again as a revision and then I'll move on to today's concept, what all I am dealing is there. Now, in this today's class, the content are definition of coaster, types of coaster, definition of Ashaya, types of Ashaya, coaster class, and lastly the conclusion or the summary. We will be seeing about both coaster and Ashaya we will be seeing. And in the types of Ashaya and types of Koshtangas, I'll deal individually all the Koshtangas with Ayurvedic references are there. In some of the slides, the slokas, what I have typed, there is a slight change in the font. Kindly cooperate with that and I'll be there to guide you there. So in this content of today's class, the coaster, where you should remember the coaster and Ashaya, both go simultaneously and coaster means a place or the cavity or the space. The word coaster means a place, a cavity or the space. The human body is made up of large cavity called as coaster and coaster accommodates the organs of the body. Remember where we have come across that is a Shadanga Sharira. While dealing with the basic concept of Sharirachana, Acharya Shushruta has given and Acharya Charaka has given the concept of Shadanga Sharira, that is Dau Bahu, Dau Saktini, Shirogriva Antaradibihi. I'll repeat, Dau Bahu, that is two limbs, and that is upper limb. Dau Bahu, Dau Saktini, that is two lower limb. Shira Antaradibihi, that is you can say Antaradibi means it is at the thoraco-abdominal organs and Shira is the head. So with relation to that, the Madhyama Sharira, the human body where the coaster, the Madhyama Sharira is called as coaster and the chest cavity where with having the both thoraco-abdominal organs can be taken as the coaster. Then this thoracic cavity or the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity and the pelvic cavity are the where the large spaces are present that we include under coaster. The organs located within the coastangas are called as coastangas. I'll repeat. The organs which are within the coaster are called as coastangas and the organs of coaster they are and that there are also this ashias are also present in coaster. Remember this in the coastanga also many the ashias are also present in the costa only. And this coaster again it is defined as a potential space where the location like Amashaya, Agnashaya, Pakvashaya, Mutrashaya, Rudrashaya, Hridaya, Undaka, Puppa. So all these organs are the placement where it is placed in terms of where they are the organs of the costa. Acharya Charaka opines that is the trunk and the abdomen or the ama and pakwa the where antara roga marga and he himself says that as it is called as mahasrotasa. The costa is also called as mahasrotasa. So the costa otherwise is called as mahasrotasa. The word costa and ashya refers to inside the body containing different organs. So costa and ashya, the body containing different organs and costanas are those content or the organs of costa and wherever that is meant it is a receptacle or the space which are present where that is where we have in terms of Akasha Mahabhuta Tattva is present that can be taken in terms of Ashaya. So I was telling about what coaster should be taken in terms of the body is where you should remember Shaka Chatrosro Madhyam Panchamam Shashtam Shira Itihi. Sushruta Sharira 5th chapter saying that what is that? Shaka Chatraso. There are four, two upper limb, two lower limb. Madhyam Panchamam. That is fifth one is Madhyama. That is a thoraco abdominal part. and Shashti is Shira, that is a Shadanga Sharira. Our whole body is divided into 6 parts. So Madhya Sharira, that is Antaradibi, Madhya Sharira can be taken as Kosta. Here also, according to Charaka, Shiro Dau Bahu Dau Saktini Shiro Griva Antaraditi Shadangaha. So here Madhyamam Panchamam or Shiro Griva Antaraditi. So this can also be taken as, that is what we are having in terms of Kosta Sharira. So that should be taken in terms of what we have, that is a Kosta Sharira can be taken. So where directly Kosta is not mentioned in terms of this quotation. Here Shaka Chatrasu Madhya, the Madhya part, the Madhya Antarhadibiti as per Charaka, as per Shruta it is Madhyama Panchama. So by above verses explained by Acharyas to study the human anatomy very easily. So here the Antarhadibi or Madhyam. In this it is Madhyam according to Sushruta, Antarhadibi according to Charaka. That is grossly considered as Kosta, which we will deal now. I'll repeat once again. Kosta, according to Charaka and Sushruta, you should be taken as Antaradibi or Madhyama. These two should be taken as the Kosta. So, Shaka, Chatrasu, Madhyam, Panchamam, Shatshti, Shiraha, Iti, it is Sushruta Sharira, Dau Bahu, Dau Saktini, Shirogriva, Antaradibi, Shadangaha. So, this Shadanga Sharira, the Madhya part should be taken as the Kosta. That word is Antaradibi according to Charaka, Madhyama according to Sushruta. So this part, that is a thoraco-abdominal part, not only abdomen. Remember, thoraco-abdominal part. This Acharya Sushruta and Charaka called it as Antaradibi, and Madhya means that should be taken as total thoraco-abdominal part. So here the Antaradibi or Madhyam is grossly considered Kosta, where this part we take it, and in this the Kostangas can be seen there. The definition where that is what we have given in terms of Antakosta Mahasrotasa. The other name for Antakosta is Mahasrotasa, and Kosta again we have as per Ashtangrodaya, Krura, Mrudu, Madhyama Kosta. You will be studying in physiological part. That is the different 3 Kostas can be seen there. The Utpatti of Kosta is, the word Kosta is derived from Kush Shabda, which means Prajvalana, Daha, Paripaka, or it is a place where Paripaka takes place. Where the word meaning of Kosta means a place where Paripaka takes place. Kosta va Kursha Nishkurshe, which means Nishkana of something, that can be taken as a Utpatti of Kosta. The word Kosta is derived from Kusha Shabda, means Prajvalana, Daha, Paripaka, where this meaning the word Kosta or kitchen room, that can be taken as Kosta. Then the Kosta Punaruchate Mahasrotas Charaka Sutrasthana, the 12th chapter, he says that Kosta Punaruchate Mahasrotasa Sharira Madhyam Mahanimnam Amapakvashe Sthiti, that is Pariyaya Shabde Tantre Sa Roga Marga Abhyantara. So in this quotation also in Charaka Sutra, he gives about the Pariyaya Shabda for Kosta. In that we get Mahasrotasa, and again we have that is Pariyaya, that is a Roga Marga, that can be taken as a synonyms for that, and the other name that is taken for Kosta in Charaka Sutra. In Abhinava Shariram, Kosta Udaro Raso Guhe, that is Annavaha Sankyam, that which says that Udara Rasaho Guhe, means it is taken in terms of the Madhyama Sharira. Then Dallana in Sushruta Sutra, 2nd chapter, is said Koste Udare. He says that Kosta is present in Udara, in Dallana. The Madhya Sharira, that is where Antaradibi Madhya Sharira, according to Shadanga Sharira, Antaradibi can taken as the Madhya Sharira. So Antaradibi Shira Madhya Marga Mahasrotasam, that is in terms of Kosta Charaka. That is where the other name we can say, that is Hindu, that he take it as, that is a Achatrikote, that is a Chatro to Kati region. Hindu take it as a Kati region. The Paryaya Shabda for Kosta are Mahasrotasam, Sharira Madhyamam, Mahasrotasam, Sharira Madhyamam, Mahanimnam, Ama Pakwashayam, Udaro Samuha. These words can be taken it as for what the Paryaya Shabda of for Paryaya, that is for Kosta. Mahasrotasam, Sharira Madhyam, Mahanam, Ama Pakwashaya, Uduror Guhe. That is what we have in terms of Paryaya. If you see the number of Kostangas, Sushruta has given 8, Charaka has given 15, and other Achara has given 13 and 15. Now mainly we consider the two things, that is a Sushruta and Charaka's concept. We'll see that 8 then and Charaka's 15 along with Ashe we also see. This is a tabulation where you can see that is a different thing. The number of Kostas according to Charaka Sharira is, in the Charaka Sharira 7 by 10 is Kosthangani, that is number of Kostas here is Kosthangani in Charaka Sharira 7 chapter 10th quotation we get the number of Kostangas. Number of Kostanga, that is Panchadasha Kostangani. Last class I was dealing this only with Ashayas. So here I am repeating here is Panchadasha Kostangi, that is Charaka Sharira 7 by 10. 15 that is Kostangas are enumerated by Charaka in Vimanasthana. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
As per the Achara Sushruta, the Kostangas are 18 number, and according to Vagbhatta there are 11. So Panchadasha Kostangas is told in Charaka, Vimanasthana, also that is the there. Asha is a accommodating place and they are 7 in number. So Ashayas are Saptashaya, and one more is 8th Garbhashaya is also told. And this Ashaya 7 includes Vatashaya, Pittashaya, Kafashaya, and again Krud Undaka Pupusa in a coast. Instead of that he has used this. Sushruta adds Garbhashaya in case of female. So according to Charaka, in Charaka Sharira 8th chapter, what he says that is Panchadasha Kostangani Tata Nabhischa Hridayascha Kloma Yakrut Plihacha Rukkau Basti Purushadara Amashaya Pakwashaya Uttaraguda Adaraguda Shudrantha Stulantra Cha Vapavana. Totally this, in this quotation we get what we are getting is totally we are getting the 15 Kostangas have been told, and according to that this quotation tells about all the 15 Kostangas which are explained in terms of the Charaka Sharira 8th chapter we are getting this. So this Panchadasha Kostanga have enlisted. So this 15 Kostangas, that is Nabi, Hridaya, Kloma, this should be Yakrut, Pliha, Rukkau. Rukkau is that Rukkau, Basti, Purusha, Amashaya, Pakwashaya, Uttaraguda, Adaraguda, Kshudrantha, Sulantra, and Vapavana. This is according to what we have, according to Charaka Sharira, he gives about how totally 15. Now according to Sushruta Chikissa Sana, where he says that Sthanani, here we have got the word Sthanani, that is Ama Agni Pakwanam, that is Mahatsa Rudirasya Rut Undukam Upushasya Koshta Ityubidate. So he says that the body contains site of Ama, that is indigested food, Agni, digested food in a Pakwashe, that is the other thing where we can say that is a placement of this Kostangas. What is that? Amashaya, Agnisthana, Pakwashaya, Mutrashaya, Rudirashaya, Rut, Unduka, Pupusa. All these are the 8 Kostangas which have been told by Sushruta. Acharya Sushruta's 8, Acharya Charaka 15. That is Amashaya, Agnisthana, Pakwashaya, Mutrashaya, Rudira, Rut, Unduka, Pupusa. This Kostangas have been divided into, that is where we have in terms of having 8 according to Acharya Sushruta in telling the Sthanani, Ama Agni Pakwanam, Mutrasya Rudirasya Rut Unduka Pupusasya Kosta Ityubidite. He says that the kosta is where these organs are present, that kosta Ityubidite. Then another experience from Charaka where we can that kosta puna uchate, what we have in terms of Mahasrotasa. So kosta puna uchate Mahasrota Sharira Madhyam, what we have in terms of the kosta Sharira, that is Sharira puna uchate Mahasrotasa Sharira Madhyam Mahanimnam Ama Pakwasham iti. That is the gross definition of kosta as Mahasrotasa should be done, and it is that is where we have the other like ama in between the amasya and pakwasya. So totally he says that from the organs which are situated in thoracic region and in abdomen, total this we have the organs called as kostangas. This is a kostangas which are present in terms of according to Charaka and Sushruta. The importance of knowing kosta is any of the organs of kosta from ashaya or the residents stay for many elements. The name of the organ itself will explain its relationship with the element. Example, the term amasya means that is a placement of ama where improperly processed or the semi-digested food, and pakwasha is the abode of digested food. The name itself says that holds it until it is converted into fishes, and visceras include therein. And where we have the concept of explaining this in terms of kosta sharira, and that we are having the placement in terms of the kosta sharira. The next what we have, mutrashay holds the urine until its word, and for the so this we need to understand anatomical and physiological relationship between this ashayas and the elements staying in them. For this the knowledge of kosta is essential. The physiology related to human body where according to Ayurvedic basics governed by the action of Tridosha Vata Pitta Kapha, where Puppus and Amasya etc. are important sites of Kapha, and Pakwasya is for the Vayu, Nabi, Amasya, Agashya, Hrudaya etc. are the site of Pitta, and knowledge of kosta gives us a precise anatomical knowledge of cavities of human body, and that is the reason where physiologically related to human body of Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Vata, Pitta, Kapha, where they are related to these things, the knowledge of kosta gives us a precise anatomical knowledge of the human body. So these are the organs which are kostangas, where some are deep seated and some after dissection will be coming to understand the kostangas. Now after understanding that what is kosta and types of kostangas according to Charaka and Sushruta, according to Charaka 8, according to Charaka 15 and according to Sushruta it is 8, that is a Panchadasha according to Charaka, and according to Sushruta it is 8. Now in this what happen is, this after knowing the concept of this kosta, now the next question is ashaya. In the concept of ashaya is also described by Sushruta, and here anatomically what we can see it, we'll see it. That is the word ashaya you have come across while dealing with kalasharira. The word ashaya is derived from the root word shing and ang pratyaya, and with a maryada, with a limiting or the thing, where the word that is a charaka, that is a ashite iti ashaya, sharira dhatu avasha shrotaha ashaya, that is ashaya as avasthana pradesha or adhisthana, sanchayasthana, adara. All these are the words related for ashaya. That is a Dallana defines as ashaya as avasthana pradesha. It is nothing but a receptor where it is a hollow cavity and the presence of Akasha Mahabhuta, and this is a Adhisthana or Sanchaya Sthana or Adara. It is a helping that the word, the meaning is Ashaya. This where place in the body where predominantly Akasha Mahabhuta should be there, and with Shrot Shabda Sarva Shrotamsi Vikachito. The basic question whether the Asha derives name by the content present in it or it is a material which is present. So it is mainly the basic content it is there. The first meaning is appearing, that is the content which is present. According to that, it has got the name Ashya. The Ashya can be compared to the hollow visceras in the body or the lumen. It can be compared to this, and we can study this. The ashyas are defined as a space, abode, or the placement meant for the occupancy. They are occupied by the essential ingredients needed by the body functioning, like example rakta or blood in raktashya, or liver or spleen, and also by waste materials that can be taken in for the thing. Then ashya abhyasa yogena karoti, that ashya sushruta sharira. He said by the virtue of repeatedly staying at a place, the vayu creates ashyas. So ashya abhyasa yogena karoti ashya sambhavam. By the virtue of repeatedly staying at a place, the vayu creates ashya. So that is in sushruta sharira we get the reference of tinga. Then sa vayu mamsa peshi ashaya sa samantaha nivasam krutva Hridayam, that is Ashayanam Sambhava Utpatti Karoti. In Sushruta Sharira, how this Ashaya is formed, Utpatti of Ashaya they are given. The Vayu constantly staying in Mamsa, Peshi, and Ashaya get the Hridaya, that is heart, where Vayu by permanently staying in Mamsa, Peshi creates a space within, so they create the Ashayas. So here is Sa Vayu. When Vayu enters into Mamsa Peshis, that Ashaya, that is the Ashayas are formed. This is a quotation telling about the Utpatti of Ashaya. Then Ashaya Avasthana Pradesha Daditi Ti Datve Rasa Rakta Mamsa Adaya Kapha Pitta Purushani Prakurtani Swakarmani Daditi Iti Datavha. That is what we have Dalana in Shrututa. It should be Dalana, where he says that Ashaya are the part where different dhatus are present. What is that? Dhatve Rasa Mamsa. Where this quotation tells about the different dhatve they are present in the Ashaya. According to Dalanda, commenter of Sushruta Samhita, the meaning of Ashaya is a site or the place in a body. Types of Ashaya. Now we'll see the number of Ashayas, that is Vatashaya, Pittashaya, Shleshmashaya, Raktashaya, Amashaya, Pakvashaya, Mutrashaya. Remember, Stri Nam Garbhashaya. So in Stri, that is 8. Saptashaya, in one additional we should remember that should be taken. There are 7 Ashayas are present, but in female one additional Ashaya, that is nothing but that is a Garbhashaya we can find. So this what we have, remember, Ashaya instead where he has classified into that Kashyapa. Kashyapa has said about the Krimi Ashaya, and also they have given about the Stanashaya. They are given about the Stanashaya. So this is according to Sushruta, that is Saptashaya, and in Ashtashaya in female, that is have Vatashaya, Pittashaya, Shleshmashaya, Raktashaya, Amashaya, Pakvashaya, Mutrashaya, Srinam, Garbhashayo, Ashtam iti there. So totally there are 8 there. To remember this, go with a small mnemonics: Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Kapha called Shleshma, Rama, and PG. Just remember this in a sequence. Then you can remember all is the 8. That is a Vatashaya, Pittashaya, Shleshmashmaya, then Raktashaya, then Amashaya, Mutrashaya. Then we have, that is a Pakvashaya. I have given a gap because the 7 according to Charaka, Shruta, and 1 additional in Stri, that is Garbhashaya, and Stri Nam, here it is Stri Nam Garbhashaya Ashtam. So total Ashayas are 7, but in Stri it is 8. So according to Sharangadhara, Purushe Abhi Adhikaha Cha Anne Harinam Ashayatrayaha, there Dara, that is a Dara word is for the Garbhashaya, Proktam, that is Stanashayo, where he says about that is a 2 things. That is a, he also used the Garbhashaya and also Stanashaya is given by Acharya, that is Sharangadhara. And in Ashtanga Sangra also we get the references for Ashaya. Now that is what we have in terms of Asra, Kapha, Ama, Pitta, Pakwa, Mutra, that is 8. So this location of Ashaya, if you want to see that, then Sharangadhara Pratama Kanda, 5th chapter 169, he gives about the location of Ashaya. That is Kleshma Shayo Dur Uparasi Tasmad Amashasa. Kleshma Shaya Upari is in the Urasi, means it should be taken in the thoracic region, the lungs. Urdhvam Agnashayo. Above this Agnasya Nabo Nabher Vabhage. So there is a presence of Agnasya, and this Agnasya looks like Tila. That is the Tasyo Upari Tilam Neham Tadyata. This like a Deha Pakwashaya Malashayas Adaha Tasmat Bastir Mutrashayas Tadaha Jiva Raktashayor Upari Neha Saptashaya Bhavati. So this is what Sharangadhar gives about the 7 Ashaya and location of this Ashaya in terms of the placement of this in the body. So we'll see one by one all the 7 Ashayas, what they are given, that starting from the, we'll see one by one, that is a Vatashaya, Pittashaya, Shleshmashaya, Kapashaya, Raktashaya, Amashaya, Mutrashaya, there. So we will see one by one. That is a first Vatashaya, means a site of Vata in the body, and Vata is described as energy, and Vata is superior to all the dosha. It controls the other entity in the body, and where the Vata is present, that is called as Vatashaya. Then Pittashaya means it's a site of Pitta in the body. Main function of Pitta is related to Pachana, that is Sula, Sukshma, including digestion and cellular metabolism. Then Kapashaya means a site of Kapha in the body, where Snenana, Avalambana, Sandhi, Shleshmana can be seen. And Rudirashaya or Raktashaya. So Rudirashaya or Raktashaya in Sushruta Sutra 2/7, Shonitasya Sthanam Yakruta Pliha. Shonita Sthanam Yakrut Pliha, where in Sushruta Sutra 2/7, organs related to formation of Rakta, blood, that is Yakrut, liver, and Pliha should be considered as Raktashaya. The organs related to the formation of Rakta or blood, that is Rakta, the Shonitasya Sthanam Yakruta Pliha. So Yakrut and Pliha should be taken as Raktashaya. So Rudirashaya or Raktashaya are nothing but Yakrut and Pliha. Amashaya, Ama Annaha Mahanaha Amashaya. The Amashaya lies urdhva, proximal to Pittashaya, seat of Pitta, above the Nabi. It is a receptacle for all kinds of food due to the activity of Shleshma, and this should be taken. Amashaya lies urdhva and to the Pittashaya and above the Nabi. Next is Agnashaya. That is Agni Ashaya, that is a site of fire. Agni through Pitta Sthana, that is a placement of Pitta. That is the entire digestive tract involving the function of digestion of food should be taken as a place of Agni or the fire, and we should mainly consider Agnash pancreas as the site of Agni. That is a pancreas as a Agnashaya. Very nearestly we can take it as there. And it is a, next is Pittashaya. Main site of Pitta is Pittashaya, and main function of Pitta is related to Pachana, that is stool and Sukshma, including digestion and cellular metabolism can be taken for understanding in terms of, that is the Pittashaya. Then Pakwashaya, that is Tat Rapi Pakwashaya Visheshena Vatasthanam. He says that Pakwashaya Vishesha Vatasthanam, that is Pakwashaya is the main site of Vatasthana. It can be considered as, that is a colon, since the movement of Vata takes place in upward and downward, so it is mainly found in transverse colon. The term also includes that is a small and large intestine put together, starting from the end of the stomach to the anal opening, that we take it in terms of Pakwashaya. Then Mutrashaya. The Mutrashaya, it is situated between Nabi and Prushta. Nabi is a umbilical, Prushta is a back in the region of Kati, the pelvis, and Vangshana Pradesh is the pelvic region, and it is closely related to the, there are few names like Mushaka, Andakosha or Buddha Shepa, that is a, and Basti can be considered to be a site of Mutra, where Mutra is continually stored. And that is the 8th one is Garbhashaya. So related to this, what we have in terms of the 8th one is the Garbhashaya, where you should remember the 8th Ashaya, that is what we have told in terms of the Garbhashaya, eighth one, that is means that is the additional Ashaya which has been given there. And here they have given in terms of the explained in terms that is a Garbhashaya in terms of what we have, that is a Rohita Matsya Sadrusha, what he has taken, that is Ashaya, eighth Ashaya that should be present here, that is a Garbhashaya. And here in terms of Dara, that is a where the Garbhashaya means the word Dara can be taken as for the also known as Garbhashaya and located between Pittashaya and Pakvashaya. And according to where we can say that is a Garbhashaya can be taken in terms of eighth Ashaya in female. So totally that is 7. Vatashaya, place for the Vata, Pittashaya, Shleshmaya, Raktashaya, Amashaya, Pakvashaya, Mutrashaya, Garbhashaya. And then after seeing all these 8, now I'll move on to the Koshtangas. One by one, I'll start with the Koshtangas. And this Koshtangas, first we'll start the Koshtanga with what? The Hrudaya. There are, according to Sushruta, according to Charaka, 15 are there. And according to Charaka, according to Sushruta, there are 8. I'll repeat. I will repeat once again. Charaka, 15 Koshtangas and Sushruta, 8 Koshtangas. The first Panchadasha Koshtangani we have seen that is there. And this 15 there, what they have given, the enlisted, that is first like Ashya considered as Nabi, as a navel region or the umbilicus, Hrudaya in terms of the heart, Kloma, very near. It's a controversial where we should remember, some take it as pancreas, lungs or the trachea. Very difficult to correlate Kloma, that's why it should be, contextually it should be taken. Yakrut in terms of the liver, Pliha in terms of the spleen, Pruk in terms of the kidney, Vasti in terms of the bladder, Purushadhar in terms of the cecum, Amashaya, stomach, Pakvashaya, large intestine, Uttara Guda, sigmoid colon, Adhara Guda, anal canal or the anal opening, Shudrantam is the small intestine, Stulantra is a large intestine, Vapavahana is a peritoneum, where this is a very nearest correlation we can do it in terms of the the 15 Koshtangas we can correlate and we can understand this in terms of the Koshtangas. So this Koshtangas, remember, it should be understood in terms of the 15 Koshtangas. The first Koshtangas we have come across is Puppusa. The Puppusa, it is an organ of respiratory system, and here you should remember Puppusa is one of the Koshtangas according to Charaka. It should be placed in the trunk, and Puppusa is a site for Udana Vayu. It is a placement for Udana Vayu, where there is a reference in Sharangadhara Pratamakanda, Udana Vayur Udara Puppusa Praschyotate Viddham. That is, a learned says that Puppusa is one of the there according to Sharangadhara, and according to Sharangadhara Pratamakanda we have that is Udana Vayur Udaraha Puppusaha Prokshate Buddhahu. Where it says that Puppusa is a seat of Udana Vayu. It is a Koshtanga, it is a seat of Udana Vayu, and that should be according to Sharangadhara, that is a Pratamakanda, where he explained that Puppusa is a placement of things. So Udana Vayur Udaraha Puppusa Prachuktate Buddhahu, that is Sharangadhara Pratamakanda Puravakanda. Tasya Ado Vamataha Pliha Puppusasya. In Sushruta Sharira, 4th chapter, he says that Tasya Ado Vamataha Pliha Puppusasya. That means where you should remember Puppusa are the organs attached to the tubular structure in the cardiac region, and below the Hrudaya on the left are the where we can say the Puppusa. That is a Tasya Ado Vamataha Pliha Puppusasya. So there is a Pliha is nothing but the spleen situated on left side, and Puppusasya. Tasya Ado Vamataha, that is Pliha Puppusasya. That is Sushruta Sharira, we get it. Then Tasya Dakshinata Kloma Yakrut Puppushasa. So Tasya Dakshinata on the right side, Kloma, and Yakrut is the liver. So I said Kloma should be a controversial, whether the left lung should be taken as a Kloma or any other structure, because the contextual meaning sometimes Kloma becomes the left, because Tasya Ado Vamataha Pliha Puppusa. On the left side Puppusa, he said left Puppusa. On Dakshina, on the right side, he never used the word where the Puppusa Samastita, that is the Kloma Yakrut. So here the Kloma, whether should be taken to the right Puppusa, that should be seen, and the Shonita Fena Prabha. This is the Utpatti of, station tells about the Utpatti of Puppusa, Shonita Fena Prabha. That is the Utpatti Sheikh, the pupus are formed from frothy blood. That is a Shonita Prabhava means the frothy blood is converted to pupusa. That is where embryological development of pupusa formed frothy blood. It is also considered as a Shleshma Shaya. Because Sharangadhara says Shleshma Shayo Uras. We have seen the placement, so it can be taken as Shleshma Shaya according to Sharangadhara. Then next is we can see that is a Hrudaya. So in terms of Hrudaya is one of the organ of cardiovascular system. It is one among the kostas according to birth rates. It is Hrudaya is also Trimarma according to Charaka. Sadhyo Pranaharma and Siramarma. It can be considered there, and it is considered as among the Trimarma. And remember the synonyms of Hrudaya and Artha are the names for of Hrudaya. And Hrudaya is a seat of Para Ojas and Chetana and also called as Mahat and Artha, and perception of sense organs can be taken as in terms of Hrudaya. Then here next quotation where we can see the location of Hrudaya and relations of Hrudaya with other organs, functions and importance of Hrudaya, Hrudaya Utpatti, number of species in Hrudaya, and Hrudaya as a mool of following Srotas. That is mainly it is a Pranava and a Rasava Srotas. So Hrudaya Ahara Rasa Ya Sarha Sarasa Iti Uchate. That is where we can say Hrudaya is an organ of circulation of rasa. That is rasa, and Hrudaya being placed as a Chetana and actively wakeful compared to asleep conditions. And it is mentioned as Adhisthana, seat of for the Manas and Buddhi. It is a Adhisthana for Manas and Buddhi. It is a away of Ura Pradesha, thoracic region, and it's situated between two sthana, that is breast, which are seen externally. It is situated in costa, and relations of that is what we have Yakruth and Kloma and Pliha are there. Then next is Dwadasha, that is a Dwara Amashyastha, that is a Hrudaya Chetana Sthana Uraktam, Hrudaya Chetana, these are the references we get it. Then we get there is one quotation telling about that is a it is a Hrudaya is a Matru Avayava and Rasasthanam Hrudayam. Then here it is considered in one of the three marma according to Charaka, and Siramarma it is considered as Siramarma, and Urastu Avayava it is according to Chakrapani Charaka it is Urastha, it is one of the organ for Urasthana. And here we get in terms of Shonita Kapha Hrudaya Utpatti is from Shonita Kapha, there where we get the reference of Sushruta Sharira 4th chapter. Then here Acharya Sushruta Sharira 4th chapter it says that Pundarekena Sadrusha Hrudayam Stat Adomukam, that is Jagat, what we have the Tasyat Spatis Swapstata Nimantati, that is it resembles a lotus bud pointed downwards. Adomukha Pundarekina is nothing but lotus, and this Adomukha Kamala, that is a where this is a iota and this is the heart. Adhomukha Kamala, the reference we get in terms of Sushruta Sharira 4th chapter said it resembles a lotus bud and it is pointed downwards in awakening person, and it opens while during the sleep it closes. So where you should remember Dve Angula, the Pramana of Hrudaya is Dve Angula, and Mamsa, there are two Mamsa Peshis are there, and that is where we have different references we get about the Hrudaya. And already we have seen it is a Mano Adhishtanam in Ashtanga Hrudaya we get it. Then Hrudaya Dasya Pranayatana, among 10 Pranayatana, Hrudaya is one of the Pranayatana can be considered. Next we will consider about the third very controversial word what we have in terms of the Kloma, where you should remember the Kloma is considered as Kostanga by Charaka and Vagbhatta, and Kloma is Matruja Avayava, and Kloma is a Mula of Udakava Srotas. This four you should consider it. And Kloma Hrudayastha Pipasa Sthanam, Chakrapani said Kloma is a Pipasa Sthanam, and Tasya Hrudaya Jataha Kloma. On the right side of Hrudaya Kloma, Yakruth Pupusa in Ashtagra also there, and Dalana also says that is a Vamata, there is a presence of Kloma. And Kloma Kalakanda Yakruth Samantata, again Dalana we get the references. And Udaka, see Kloma is Moolasthana for Udakava Srotas. Talu Klomaha. Kloma is one of the Moolasthana of Udaka Srotas. Udakavanam Srotasam Talu Moolam Kloma Agnimiti Rukkam. That is a Madhukosha. These are the references telling about Kloma is a Moolasthana of Udakava Srotas. Then Dakshinato Ekrut Klomacha Shonitaja. So this Kloma, this will Adamalla, that is for the commentator for Ashtanga Hridaya says that Shonitaja Kittaha. The Shonita Kitta Bhaga Kloma Jayate. In Sushruta, Nidana and Adamalla, where we get the references about the things. Then Udaka Vahanam Shrotasam Talu Mula Kloma. This we get a reference in Charaka Vimana as that it is a Mula Sthana for Kloma. Kloma is a Mula for there. And clinical considered in Ashtanga Hridaya, Kloma Vidrati has been given. And in Charaka Chikitsa Trishna Roga, the Shoshana of Kloma takes place. This is a clinical where upline anatomy of Kloma of the condition we can see it. Next is Ekrut and Pliha, the organs of homeopathic system. That is Tatra, where in this Ekrut and Pliha, remember it is a Tatra Saman saying that Ekrut Pliha, it is a Matruja Vaiva, Hrudaya Sthado Vamata on the left side of the Hrudaya, Pliha is present, and where on the Dakshinata there is a present of Ekrut. Right side Ekrut and left side there, and Raktavahan Srotasam Ekrut Mula Plihaha. Then Tatra Shonitazam, it is formed by the Shonitaja, and the Yakruta Kalakanda Dakshina Parshve Dallana saying that it is a this Yakrut and Pliha, they have given it as Kala Kanda. Then what we have in terms of the other references we get in clinical consider in a Raktadra Kala, Yakrut is a site for Raktadra Kala. Yakrut Pliha in Sushruta, where he said that it is should be considered for that is a Pitta Ranjaka Agni, it is said, and clinical considered in Charaka Chikitsa Sthana, Plihodara, that is a splenomegaly. There we get the references of Ekrutodara and Splenodara. Plihodara, Ekrutodara, references clinical consideration of enlargement of these two can be taken. That is a Pliha there. And Tasyo Adu Vamata Pliha is present. Vamacha Parshva, that is a in Sushruta Nijana, Ranjaka Sthan, Ranjaka Pitta, and Raktadara Klomasya Sthanam, where we get about in Sushruta Sharira. Raktama is Mula is for the there. Next we will see about that is what we have in terms of the Ruk, that is the organ of Medahosrotas and excretion system. Ruksh Kukshi Golakam, where the Ruk are the round structures, and Rukshav Masa Pinda Dvayam Eko Vama Parshva Prasansi, that is a this Ruk Raktameda Prasadaja Ruk. The Ruk Utpatti of Ruk is Raksa Raktameda, and Rukka Kukshi Golakam, it looks like a rounded structure. And Rukka Mamsa Pindadve Eko Vama Parshvasi, that means they are present on the lateral side of the abdominal region. In Sushruta Nidana we get, and both the side, Dvitiya Dakshina, on right and left, Rukko, that is a Dve, they have given it. Rukko Dvehe, that is where even Gangadhara for Chakra, commentator for Charaka Sharira, he says about that also, that tells about Rukka, and Nam Srotasam Rukko Mulasana. In Sushruta Sharira, Charaka Vimanasana, Rukka is a Mula, that is Medo Srutas, Rukka and Vapahana are the Srutas. Next is Vapahana. So Vapahana Medasthanam Tilavartika iti, that is a wick of a lamp. In Chakrapani says that Medavahanam Srotasam Rukkam Mula Vapahanam, and Vapahanam Medasthanam, where it is a Matruja Avayava, that can be considered. Vapahana Vapaha Udarastha Snigdha Vartika Yama Arjuta, that saying that in Chakrapani in Charaka, it looks like Tila is a Snigdha Thaila Vartika, wick of a lamp, and this wick of lamp, that is a Vapahana according to Chakrapani Vimanasthana. There last time you have seen that greater, this is a stomach, and the greater moment can be taken as Vapahana. Last class we have seen that. Next we'll come to the Basti. It is one of the urinary system. It is one among the Koshtangas, and this Koshtangas, it is one of the Dasha Pranayatana. Out of 10 Dasha Pranayatana, it is one of them. It is a Mula of Mutrava Srotas, and it is one among the Koshtanga, where Mutra Basti or the Mutrashaya should be taken in terms of the bladder. And this Basti Mutrashaya, Basti means the Mutrashaya we get Charaka Sharira and Ashtamrudaya. Mutrashaya Maladhara, that is Prana, that is where it also says about Sushumna about the Mutrashaya and Basti reference. And Basti Alabu Akara, it looks like a bottle gourd. Alabu is a shape of the Basti, it is like bottle gourd in Sushumna Nidana Sthana. It is one among the Dasha Pranayatana. It is a Vatasthana and Mutravadve Tayor Moolam Basti. Mutra Srotas Moolasthana is Basti in Sushruta Sharirasthana. It is one of the three Marma, that is and it is Snayu Marma, can be taken for Basti. So Basti Dasha Pranayatana, that is a Snayu Marma, two Dhamani are present, and but that is Rakta Shleshma Prasadajam. Rakta, it is a Utpatti of the Basti, and Alpa Amashio Shonita, that is the, it shares about the location of Basti Nashtanga Sangra. And Basti Marma is Pranatala Pramana, Panitala Pramana, this is a Marma. Clinical consideration where Basti Mula, that is means Charaka Chikistana, we get about a Bastir Moolam Vankshano, that is Mutravahanam Srotas they are given. Basti Shula, Lakshana of Garbhavyapat, and Basti Shula is a Lakshana of Mutra, that is a Mutra Nigraha. We get clinical consideration of, that is the Basti. Next, Basti is a son of Mutra Sosas, that is a Mutra Ve Dayoturma Basti Tayor Moolam Basti Medra Stanam. And Mutravanam Srotasam Basti Mula. So for Mutra Srotas, Basti is a Mula there. And important of Basti is Charaka has considered as Basti among the Dasha Pranayatana. Among all 10, it is one among the, and Basti is an important Marma, and that is a Basti Sadhyo Prana Marma. It should be taken, and Basti as one of the Sadhyo Prana Marma. Next is Amashaya. Amashaya should be taken as Nabis Tanor Jantur Amashaya. It is between, that is Tana and Nabi, in between that, in the epigastric there is a present of Amashaya, and where it is says that it is the location of Amashaya they have given about the location of the Amashaya they have given in this. Next we have the concept of what we have given in terms of what this is Annavahanam Srotasam. It is a Matruja Avava, it is a Annavahan Srotasam. And next what we have in terms of explaining about this is telling about the importance of Amashya Shleshmanaha, where you should remember Amashya is a Shleshma, presence of Shleshma, that is a Sushruta Sutra, and this Amashrita Pittam Ranjaka, there is a presence of Ranjaka Pitta. Then that is this where it is there, that is a Annavahan Srotasam. Amashya is a moon of Annava Srotas. Ado Amashya is stand for Pitta, and Urda Amashya stan is for Kapha. That is a Chakrapani, he says about Ado Amashya and Urda Amashya sthana. Amashya is one of the Vyadi Veda. The Amashya Samundha is one of the Vyadi Veda in Charaka Vimanasthana, where he has given about the different. So overall, Sushruta explains for Madhura Shitila Bhava as Amashya after food is due to the Madhurata, Pichilata and Shleshna is taken. Amashya is Kapasthana, Amashya is Ashaya. There are references, I will not go in detail. You can see the study material afterwards. Purushadhara Kala, Sushirasthanu, Sushirasthanu, then Matruja Bhava, Dve Peshi, these are the references. And Amashya, where you should return, it is the Chaturvida Annapana can be digested there. And clinical consideration, where we have Anna Vahanam Srotasam Amashya Moolam, and this consideration can be taken in terms of clinical consideration. Next is Nabi. Nabi, here it is Pakwa Amashyo Madhya Sira Prabhava. Sira Prabhava is a place, Pakwa Amashi, in between Pakwasya Amashya there is a presence of Nabi, and this is Pratyanga, that Dasha Pranayatana, Matruja Bhava, and Nabi, where you should remember in Sushruta Sharira, there is a placement of this, he has given that Nabistu Pranam Prana, Prana, where he has Prana of all beings stay in the umbilicus, and he says about that is a what you can that chakra, that is a says that it is a dependent on the prana, surrounded by siras in the way as a navel of the wheel. This is the nabi, and this is the navel of the wheel. So this spoke of the veins, they are there. So this is sira prabhava. So all the siras are emerging from the navel or nabi. Then nabi, pakwa amashayo madhye sira prabhava nabi. So at the center, the navel region, all the siras emerged, and nabi sarva shariranam adharaha. Then sira, that is a nabistha pranam. So it is related to mainly the all the they are coming the sira prabhava. That means from the nabi, the spoke of the wheel, they are there. Siranam moolasthana. The moolasthana of sira is the nabi. Visheshata pitta. It is a sthana for pitta. Then chaturvida nabis, chaturvida nadis. That is in types of nadi. Chaturvida damanyaha nabi prabhava abhyata. So there are 24 nabis they are given in terms of the things they have given it. Then we have talu, that is a 24 dhamnis they have given it. It is a matruja, sira marma. And again we get the clinical considered as nabi todha in charaka uttarasthana, nabi ruk and nabi shopa. In a clinical consideration we get the references. Pakvashaya, the organ of digestive system, it is a matruja avayava, purushadhara kala. Remember vatasthana, ashaya and shushura sthaneshu. It is mainly in terms of Sushura Sthaneshu, and Pakvasha Visheshita Vatasthanam. It is mainly the Vatasthana, Shushura Sthana, Purusha Dvehe Pakvashya Buddha, where they have given the references, and there are few clinical concerns there. The next Unduka, remember it is a Shonita Kitta Prabhava is Unduka. It is Undukastam Vibhajate Malam Maladarakala. In Shushrutsara, it is a where the digested indigested food material can be separated, that can be taken, that is a Undukastam Vibhajate Maladam Maladara Kala, and that can be taken as Unduka is situated between Pakvashya and Unduka present the proximal part of rectum, and where we should remember it is Undukasta Pakvashya and it is Purushadhara. The function of Undukastam Vibhajate Malam Maladara Kala. This gives the function of Unduka. And antra, the length of antra is raktashaya. There is a here in this quotation, the length of antra is 3.5 vama along in male and 3 vama in female. And 1 vama means when you stretch your hands, this is somewhere like 7 feet. That is a 1 vama. Chudrantha is the organ of digestive system. Chudrantha is matruja avayava, and other like Stulantra we have. It is also matruja, and it is mentioned in Stulantra in Kati Pradesha, Buddha's Pradesha, Dallana, he has mentioned it. And Utpatti of Antra, Buddha, Basti, all that is Asruka Shloshmana in Sushruta Asira, Sushruta Sharira, it gets that Utpatti of Antra, Buddha, Basti. Buddha is the Mula Sthana of Purushava Srotas, one among Dasha Pranayatana. It is a Bahir Mukha Srotas and 4 Anguli Pramana for Sushruta Sharira. Guda is divided into Uttara Guda and Adara Guda. Uttara Guda is Yata Purusha Sthana, that is Uttara Guda, and Adara Guda is where Guda is to Purusha Nishkramanati Pani, and this will give about the Guda. And these are the few of the reference of the clinical consideration. So Guda is Matruja Avayava. There are references to it, Dasha Pranayatana, Mamsa Marma. The next is what we have, that is a clinical consideration of Guda is Arshas, and what we have Bagandhara. 2 diseases we can come across in the clinical consideration of Guda is Arsha is your hemorrhoids or the piles, and Bagandhara is the fistula. Here are the clinical consideration. The summary of Kosta and Ashaya you should remember is the details which I have seen so far is Kosta being considered as thoraco-abdominal regions on the basis of anatomical and surgical aspect. Kosta may be considered as a system on the basis of physiology. I'll repeat. The kosta may be considered as thoraco-abdominal organs on the basis of anatomical and surgical aspect. Whereas kosta can be considered many of systems like digestive, then respiratory system, urinary system, cardiovascular system, that is according to basis of physiology. And kosta may be considered as gastrointestinal system on the basis of treatment. When you want to see on the chikitsa, it can be gastrointestinal tract, when it can be considered system in terms of physiology, and thoraco-abdominal regions on the basis of anatomical and surgical. While the context of Koshtangas, we may divide Koshta into organs which are both anatomically and physiologically directly related to Koshta, that is Hrudaya, Puppusa, Pliha, Yakrut, Basti, etc. And organs which are functionally related to Koshta are Amashaya, Pakvashaya and Purusha. See, this is anatomically we can take it as Hrudaya, heart, Puppusa in terms of again the right in terms of the lung, Pliha, that is a spleen, and Rukka, kidney, and Basti as what is the bladder. This is anatomically, and organs are functionally specialized where Ama, Pakvashaya are considered physiologically. Then all the main organs located in the thoracic and umbilical taken as Koshta. Charaka and Sushruta explain Koshta and Koshtangas. We can conclude that the larger cavity of the body can be taken as Koshta and the organs occupying the Koshta as Koshtangas. Without the knowledge of basics like Koshta, Koshtanga, it becomes difficult to understand the basics of Ayurvedic treatment in real sense. So to treat for the Ayurvedic treatment, it is difficult to understand the basics. So Koshta should be taken like should be anatomically as thoraco-abdominal organ, physiologically as a basis as the systems, and according to the chikitsa it should be taken as a GIT, gastrointestinal system, and on the basis of this Koshtangas, anatomically the parts like Hrudaya and physiologically like Koshtas should be taken as Amashaya, Pakvashaya and Purushadhara. With this, I am concluding the session with concluding this today's concept where I have briefed about this is the acknowledgement where there is an article also in IMJ where you can go through that related to Ashaya and think for further knowledge of understanding this, and that will be helping to understanding you. And remember the Koshta, what has been told, the Koshtanga and Koshta and Ashaya, both are related to told by Acharya Acharya Charaka and Sushruta in terms of Koshtangas 15 and Sushruta according to 8, and all these Koshtangas I have given Ayurvedic references then and there only. So with that you should go through all the Charaka Samhita, Sushruta Samhita and Vagyu Samhita and go through that main what reference and give and make a notes of that. Any queries or anything you can put a message, or you can after the lockdown you can call me and you can understand. With this I'll end my talk today is about Koshta, Ashaya and its classification, that is a Koshtangas. And tomorrow I'll be dealing with the Peshi Sharira and Pramana Sharira. Along with the other thing I'll be dealing it. So tomorrow where it will be my last class where I'll be dealing with that is a Koshta in terms of Peshi Sharira and also in terms of what we have Pramana Sharira. So basic understanding of after this we'll be understanding in terms of understanding of Peshi Sharira and Pramana Sharira, both I'll be dealing tomorrow. And today's class, remember Koshtangas, mainly the understanding of Koshtangas is very essential for the Chikitsa Shastra, then understanding in terms of physiologically, then understanding in terms of anatomically, you should understand it. Many times some Koshtangas like Kloma and like that is Shleshma Shaya, few controversial are there, that should be taken, contextual meaning has to be taken when you go through the quotations according to Sushruta, according to Charaka and according to Sharangadhara, where the word, the different Koshtangas, like mainly the Kloma and this what say that is a right Puppus, that is a Dakshina Puppus, that right Puppus, what should be taken, and Agnashaya, that is Tila Kalkaitlu, the Agnashaya, what should be taken. So among all these Koshtangas, few 2 or 3 are having something like very difficult to place them and understand it. With this, what we can have the end of this session, that is Koshtangas. Remember, the Koshtangas should be taken in terms of explaining, understanding in terms of this Koshtangas should be all the organs of thoraco-abdominal organs that should be taken in, and that should be understood in terms of Koshtangas, that is thoraco-abdominal organs. With this, I'll end my talk of today's Koshtangas. I'll be ending with Koshtangas with Shubhashya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
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 Thank you, sir.